Hello everybody and welcome to LRN and an extremely exciting episode today as we finally get our hands on F1 22 for the new season of F1 and the brand new cars, which I'm really excited to get to drive. Obviously we've done a few videos on Assetto Corsa trying out the F1 22 cars on their mod, but this is going to be completely different, my first ever time driving these cars as we get into this series over the next few episodes. But today we're focused on this setup for the season ahead, how we're going to progress with the game. So as you can see on the screen at the moment, I'm just playing a bit with the sliders and how our team will progress versus the AI. So what you will find if you've played this game a lot is that the players team will progress quite quickly versus the AI, so you can get to the front after just a couple of seasons. What I'm going to try and do here is make it a bit more realistic. We're going to be starting as a back marking team. That's the selection I've gone for. So you can choose to start as a midfield team, a front team, or start from the back in a road to glory style season. So what I've done there is set it all up so that our AI, the way we get acclaim through the game and the way our team progresses is all reduced versus the standard settings on the F1 game, and that the AI are all advanced. So hopefully it'll be a more realistic setting where all the teams are closer and there isn't just really simple for me as the player to get up ahead and beating the AI. So we've done that. We've set it for a full weekend, so we'll do 25% races through the season and a full qualifying spec. We've set the name as LRN F1 Racing to go with the YouTube channel. And looking at all the sponsors we had available, I spent some time looking at this, and I've settled on the RGB. So I wanted to be, because I want to make it realistic and I really want to be fighting at the back and really feel like we're grinding towards the front. I'm going to sort of be a realistic goal here. I think 10th or better in the championship is a good place to be. It means that we should be aiming to beat at least one other team in the championship this season. When you look at the goals and the weekly income, I could push the goal, but actually you don't get a lot more for what would be a goal that we wouldn't necessarily have a chance of getting. So I didn't want to risk missing out on the goal bonus over the course of the season by pushing the objective too far. So then what we've done next is we've gone and chosen the Renault E-Tech engine as our engine supplier for the season. Now the reason for this is I wanted to retain the funds, and I thought while we're fighting at the back, there's no point putting a load of money into the engine when we know we're still going to be fighting at the back. So I'm going to keep that and I'm going to use the money to invest. We're not going to go directly for the top driver either. We're going to go for Richard Shaw. I think I'm saying that right. So good middle ground driver. His rating's really good at 65 from the drivers we've got to choose from. Not quite as good as Dan Tickton, but starting off with a bit of focus. And we've seen on previous games how important that focus is when it comes to the F1 game. So it's good that he's starting off at a high level. So I do think we're getting a really good mix with, for sure, of his awareness is really good, the highest of the lot, and that means he should avoid making any damage to the car, so he should finish the races and maximize opportunities. His pace is decent. His experience isn't that great, but I think overall he offers us a really good base teammate to start this season with, and we will aim to keep him for the majority of the season.
As the new season is just
now, I'm not going to reveal the car just yet. I'm going to avoid that. We're going to do a big reveal in just a minute to let you guys know what the livery I've gone for is and how that's going to look for at least the beginning of the season, the first few races. I may look to change it as we move forward, but I'm really happy with the livery that we've chosen. So you'll see that in just a few minutes. It really goes well with the team colours that we've gone for, as again in line with the channel. As you hear, we're getting the generic questions that you do get whenever you're setting up the F1 game here. I'm really going heavy on the chassis. I think if you've seen F1 this season, the cars are so cumbersome that I think any weight you can save is really vital with these modern F1 cars. So I'm trying to answer these questions to try and reduce the weight on the car and give us the maximum opportunity to be quick through the corners. And then even, having taking the weight off the car should help us on the straights as well. Get us on a really good setting on the chassis, and then I'm going to put some the first lot of investment. We're going to look at what we can do in terms of the drag, and then when we look to maybe change engine suppliers into maybe the second season, I'm going to invest heavily into the engine and also look at the reliability, because I figured with the reliability front, this season is going to be about maximizing those couple of opportunities we have to get big points. versus trying to finish really high up in the points every race. So if we have a couple where we have engine issues, that's not really going to be a big issue to our season. I think we just need to absolutely go for it and aim to get a couple of big results that are going to guarantee us hitting our goal on that 10th place in the Constructors' Championship this season as a minimum. So hopefully our decisions here to reduce that weight on the chassis are going to really pay dividends over the course of the season. As we've said before, we've reduced that acclaim, the way that we get acclaim and R&D points. We're going to get them slower than normal, so it's going to really take time to develop the car, and it's really important we get off on the best footing possible, so that we're not really floundering around at the back, way out the back of the grid. We're going to have some at least chance of beating the back markers, slowly getting towards that midfield battle as we head into the last stage of the season and into the second season as well. So what we're going to do in a second now is do the reveal of the car. I hope you like it. So there we have it then, our new livery has been revealed, our first livery of the new F1 game, and I'm really happy with how this has come out. Gone with the matte orange down the sides. I know it's got McLaren vibes, but it goes really well with the colour scheme of the channel. I love how the blue contrasts against the orange, and that black down the middle for me, and the metallic black paint and the metallic blue, I think matches really well to the matte orange that we've gone for around the sides. And again with the wings at the back and the front, going with that metallic black, matching the colour down the middle of the car, I think all goes really well. Really good contrast, and actually I think these cars seem to suit the sort of the in-game livery editor better than maybe the previous generation. Now it might just be me looking at it through rose tinted glasses with the new game, but I think this has come out really well, and I'm loving the shape of the cars versus the livery they produced, and I think they've done a good job of adapting the new liveries to the car that we see here. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the livery that we've gone for. I think it's really awesome, but yeah, let me know your thoughts, and maybe what you've gone for in your games. Definitely let me know, and maybe what changes you'd like to see to the livery as we head into later seasons. I definitely will be looking at mod options though as we progress, but hopefully you like that. Looking at next though, what I'm just going to do before we head into the first race, just going to look at any potential upgrades that we can make, just to get them going, because we do have 1,000 R&D points and a bit of money to spend before we head into the first race. So just having a look at the options here. I didn't want to invest in the personnel straight away because I just feel like it's not really worth it yet. The investment really needs to go in the car, so just having a look around, seeing what we were. I was tempted to go with activities management to get those positive effects, but I kind of decided actually probably don't want to do that. Again, focus needs to be on the car. I say I did genuinely consider going for the activities management, but I think that's something I'll definitely do soon. But for now, I just wanted to get a bit of upgrades into the aerodynamics department and start that journey of improving the aero on these new cars, because I do think along with the chassis, the aero is going to be really important. You could just see there for a second the vehicle performance. Apparently we're ahead of the Astons, I think it was the Williams as well. I don't suspect it will play out like that in the races. I think given probably their engine advantage over us, we'll actually see them go past, and I do suspect they'll actually be better overall. That the indicator doesn't always tell the whole story. At least it hasn't in previous games. It's not always been perfect when it comes to showing how good the cars really are. So I've gone there for another chassis upgrade. I'm going to go for the improved energy store cells upgrade, basically just making sure the weight is distributed around the car as well as possible. And then later on I am also going to put an upgrade onto the aerodynamics as well as we progress through the video. So hopefully, I say I'm not expecting much in the first race. We're going to do all that we can, certainly looking to make some sort of strides forward over the next few races, but I'm looking forward to fighting at the back and seeing what the initial car feels like. I've not driven this car in this game yet, so getting into the game is going to be really exciting. Really looking forward to learning the car, learning how where the braking zones are. It's definitely going going to be different to what we've had in previous games, where they've all been a bit samey over the last couple of weekends. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I'm really excited to get the first race out to you guys in the next couple of days, so please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, got that bell icon on to be notified of the first race being uploaded to the channel. Make sure if you like this video to hit the like button and let me know in the comments below what you thought. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.